This is the Secure Family Podcast. Welcome, friend. I'm Andy Murphy, the host and founder of The Secure Dad. This show is about empowering parents to protect themselves and their family. I believe that security is the foundation of happiness, and I want your family to be safe and happy. The information that I share on this podcast is for general information purposes only. My goal is to empower you to make safer decisions for yourself and your family, because our safety is our own responsibility. Today, I'm going to break down a type of crime that can happen anywhere in the right circumstances, and I'm going to tell you how to avoid becoming a victim. All of that and more coming up on the Secure Family Podcast. Today, I want to discuss a type of crime that happens in cities, suburbs, and in rural areas. This type of crime has been around for years, and honestly, it kind of makes me angry. A follow-home robbery is as simple as it sounds. Attackers select a target in a public place like a store and then follow them to their house, where they exit their vehicle, and then they are attacked. There are also other types of follow-home crimes like sexual assault, kidnapping, or even murder. The information that we're going to go over today will be for robbery, but it will also be useful for the other types of follow-home crimes as well. Now, generally, the victims of this kind of crime are not random, so don't panic. The chances are very low that you'll be picked while you're sitting in traffic, but there are some things that we can do to elevate the risk. The victim can be chosen based on what they buy, how they look, or what car they drive. It depends on the intent and the desire of the attacker. In short, the bad guys profile their target and select someone based on the likelihood that they'll be successful versus the amount of energy it takes to attack them, and what they're going to gain. While the follow-home robbery is an old tactic, with social media catching these crimes in action, fellow thieves can now see how effective they are and then emulate those attacks. And if it works in online videos, then it's going to spread. As protector parents, we can take measures to defend ourselves. So I've been working on this, and I found out the reality of what we can expect to do as parents who aren't, trained spies. So we'll work through each stage of the process and work on deterring being chosen as a target for a follow-home robbery. This crime seems to start most often in retail locations. And when we are shopping, we need to be not only aware of who is around us, but what we're buying. If we're buying a high-value item like a gaming system, ammunition, or jewelry, our shopping list could put a square in someone's sights. So take into consideration the value of what you're buying to someone else and what that might say about how you live. For example, if you go out and buy designer clothing and shoes, this could put you at risk of somebody taking that from you. Is that fair? No, but that is reality. To help us avoid being targeted at, Target, look around to see who you see close to you multiple times in the store. That could be a lot of people, to be honest, but cross-reference that with the people who leave when you do and who might stand out. Also, if you have a gut feeling about somebody, listen to that gut feeling. If a person follows you to another store, like at a mall or an outlet, that's not abnormal. That happens all the time. If they follow you to more than one place that involved you driving from one location to another, and you notice that they're not buying anything, that could be a sign of trouble. If this happens, you can call 911. Tell them that you believe that you're being followed and give a description of that person. Then tell them where you've seen them and how they're not purchasing anything and they're observing you in multiple locations. That's actionable information for law enforcement. Make sure that you can articulate that, and it's going to help your case. The second phase of the attack is following you home. Now, this can happen in a car, public transportation, or by some other means. This can be hard to do if you're driving a vehicle, especially if you're a parent. It's going to be really hard to track other cars while you're driving and opening juice boxes while listening to Bluey play in the back. We've all been there. So I don't expect you to keep track of every vehicle and every movement. It's just not possible for us. If it does happen and you do see a vehicle that you think is following you, do not go home. Drive around for a bit and see if they stay with you. Go around parking lots and public places, park your car, and then suddenly drive off. If they stay with you, you've got a problem. And if they are following you and they see the suspicious behavior, they might break off, which is kind of what you hope. If they don't break off, then get on the phone with 911 and explain that a person has followed you from a store in their car and you've tried to lose them, but they're still with you. Tell them that you're concerned for your safety and the safety of your children. Ask to meet an officer somewhere or just drive right to a police station. Now let's say that the bad guys are really good and a team of people has been observing you and you didn't spot them as you left. Well, now you're on your way home and you've not detected them at all, which is highly possible. Now you've got to get inside your home, and this transition is when most of these attacks occur. It's like this because they can engage you from outside, from a place that you thought was safe, and they have the element of surprise, and they can also leave quickly. This is a great situation for them. It's horrible for us, but it's great for them. If you have a garage, park in your garage and do not unlock your car door until your garage door is down. This gives you a barrier and the ability to be concealed while you unload your family and your items. The same goes if you have a gate in front of your home. If you have a garage that is full of junk, clean it out and make sure that your car can park in there. The safety of your family outweighs the inconvenience of moving your ping pong table. If you park on the street or in your driveway, check all around you before you get out. Look for cars that don't belong to your neighbors and see if there's a group of people in a running car that is near your home. If you see anything that looks out of the ordinary, start your car and drive away. If you see the attack coming, know that your car provides protection and also a means of escape. So get back into your car, start it up, and take off. If they block you in, hit their car and show them that you're serious. Do a 57-point turn if you have to and drive through the grass. Whatever you have to do. You can drive over your lawn and your neighbor's lawn. Get that car moving and don't stop. Then call 911 and tell them what happened. You also have to be careful when you leave a place like the bank. I do suggest that you go to the bank and then head directly home or to your office, wherever you're going next. Don't stop at the gas station or run other errands. Follow attacks can happen in parking lots too, so be mindful of what you have and see the value with a criminal mindset. The same can be said for having a high-value car like a Hellcat or a BMW. When you transition out of your car, you're in a weaker position. Attackers will take your keys and drive off with your car. A follow-home robbery is a dynamic crime. There's a lot of moving parts to it, but if we are observant and we project a sense of awareness, then the chances of us being targeted for this type of crime will decrease. That's everything that I have for the show today. Thank you, friend, for listening. Take back your privacy and personal data with help from Delete Me. Get 20% off a privacy plan when using the code DAD at checkout. Delete Me is the official data removal service of the Secure Dad. Learn how to spot the signs that a predator may be targeting your kid online. Find out what you need to know with my ebook, Level Up. I'll show you how to create a safer online gaming experience in your home. Get your copy today at the link in the show notes. If you'd like to know more about the Secure Dad, join me on Instagram and TikTok. My username for both platforms is The Secure Dad. And of course, my site is available to you 24/7 at thesecuredad.com. I'm Andy Murphy, reminding you that our safety is our own responsibility.